Let me ask you something real quick. When was the last time you actually felt confident, like genuinely, deeply confident about your size? If you had to think about that for more than 2 seconds, then this video is exactly what you needed to find today. Because I'm about to walk you through 4 things, 4 completely natural, no surgery, no pill, no nonsense things that can make a real visible difference in your size, starting literally tomorrow. And I promise you, by the time we get to number 4, your mind is going to be blown. So do not click away. Stay till the end. This could change everything for you. But first, let's talk about something nobody wants to admit. The silent confidence killer. Nobody talks about millions of men walk around every single day carrying this quiet insecurity. They don't talk about it with their friends. They don't bring it up with their doctor. They just carry it, silently, and it eats away at them. It affects how they show up in relationships. It affects how they feel getting undressed. It affects their performance in the bedroom because confidence and performance are deeply connected. When you feel insecure about your size, that stress and anxiety actually causes your body to perform worse. It becomes a cycle. Insecurity leads to anxiety. Anxiety leads to poor performance. Poor performance leads to more insecurity. And so it goes, around and around. But here's what nobody is telling you. A huge part of the size issue isn't actually about your real size at all. It's about perception. It's about how your body looks in relation to itself. And there are things, and completely free, completely natural things, that you can do starting today that will change that perception dramatically. And not just the perception others have, but the perception you have of yourself. Because when you look down and you see more, you feel better. And when you feel better, everything changes. So let's get into it. 4 things, starting right now. Number 1, trim your pubic hair. I want you to really hear this one because it sounds almost too simple, and that's exactly why most men skip it. Trimming or shaving your pubic hair is one of the fastest, easiest, zero-cost things you can do tonight that will make a visible difference by tomorrow morning. Here's the science behind it. When pubic hair grows out thick and long, it covers the base of the penis. That base, that inch or 2, right at the root, disappears completely under the hair. So visually, you are literally losing length that you already have. The moment you remove that hair, whether you trim it short, shave it completely, or wax it, you expose that base. And suddenly, that length is back. It was always there. You were just hiding it. Now think about this in comparison. Imagine a skyscraper. If you built a skyscraper and then piled a bunch of dirt halfway up the base, the building would look shorter than it really is. Remove the dirt, the building looks taller. That's exactly what's happening here. Your pubic hair is the dirt. Remove it, and the full structure is revealed. And this isn't just about what other people see. This is about what you see when you look in the mirror. That visual change, that extra length that suddenly appears, has a real psychological impact. Men who do this report feeling more confident almost immediately. And confidence, as we already talked about, changes everything. So tonight, before you go to bed, handle this. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. It costs you nothing if you already own a razor. And by tomorrow morning, you will already look different. That's a win you can get in less time than it takes to watch a Netflix episode. Number 2, lose the fat around your pubic region. Okay, this one is going to take a little more time than overnight, but I need you to understand why this matters so deeply, because once you understand the mechanism, you will be motivated to start immediately. Here's what's happening in your body right now if you're carrying extra weight. Fat doesn't just sit on your stomach. It accumulates in your lower abdomen, around your hips, and critically, in your pubic region. The medical term for this is the pubic fat pad. And when this fat pad grows, it does something brutal to your appearance. It physically pushes forward and covers the base, and sometimes even more of your penis. It encases it. It pulls the foreskin forward. It makes what you have look dramatically smaller than it actually is. Studies have shown that for every 30 to 35 pounds of excess body fat, a man can lose approximately 1 inch of visible penile length to this fat pad, 1 inch. That's not a small deal. That is significant. And that means that losing weight isn't just good for your heart, your energy, your joints, and your lifespan. It is literally reclaiming length that is already yours. Now, I'm not here to shame anyone about their weight. Bodies are complicated. Life is complicated. But I want you to understand that this is not about looking a certain way for society's standards. This is about you, about your confidence, your health, and your sexual vitality. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to do anything extreme to start seeing results. Start with walking. 30 minutes a day. That's it. Walk around your neighborhood. Get on a treadmill. Walk up and down your stairs. Walk while you listen to a podcast or your favorite music. Just walk. Walking is one of the most underrated forms of cardio on the planet. It burns fat, it reduces stress, it improves circulation, it boosts your mood, and it is something literally almost anyone can do starting today. If you want to step it up, add jumping jacks, use the elliptical, take the stairs at work instead of the elevator, park at the far end of the parking lot, and walk in. These small decisions add up massively over the course of a day. Research suggests that aiming for 7,000 steps per day is a highly effective and sustainable goal for fat loss and overall health. 7,000 steps. That's not a marathon. That's just moving like a human being is supposed to move. And here's the bonus that most people don't talk about. When you combine cardio with lightweight training, you don't just lose fat, you build muscle. And building muscle increases your testosterone levels. And testosterone is the hormone that drives your sex drive, your erection quality, your energy, your confidence, and yes, your sexual performance. So you're not just changing how you look, you are fundamentally changing how your body functions from the inside out. Give yourself an hour a day, 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of light weights. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need expensive equipment. Bodyweight exercises, push-ups, squats, lunges, planks are incredibly effective. Do this consistently, and within weeks, you will start to see and feel a dramatic difference, not just in your size, in your entire life. Number 3, fix your posture. Right now. Stand up. Seriously, stand up right now while you're watching this. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, pull your chin up, plant your feet flat on the ground. Stand like a soldier. How does that feel? Different, right? Now here's what just happened. The moment you corrected your posture, your entire body changed shape. Your stomach tucked in slightly, your chest opened up. Your frame looked wider and stronger. And yes, your manhood looks bigger and more proportional. This is something almost no one talks about in this conversation, but it makes an enormous difference. We live in a world that is literally destroying our posture. We sit at desks for 8, 9, 10 hours a day staring at screens. We look down at our phones for hours more. We slouch on the couch. We hunch over our food. And over time, our bodies adapt to these positions. We become permanently rounded in the shoulders, curved in the upper back, tilted in the pelvis. And all of that compresses our frame and changes how everything looks, including our manhood. When you slouch, your pelvis tilts forward. Your lower belly protrudes. That pushes fat forward and downward, directly onto your pubic region. And that is covering what you have. Straightening up pulls that all back instantly. Now combine this with everything else we've talked about. Trim the pubic hair, lose some belly fat, and stand up straight. Do all 3 of those things and the visual difference is massive. We're talking a 3x difference in how you look and how you feel, all without any pills, surgeries, or gimmicks. Just smart, intentional choices. And fixing your posture has benefits that go way beyond appearance. Good posture improves your breathing, which improves your circulation, which improves the blood flow to your pelvic region, which directly impacts erection quality. Good posture reduces back pain, which means you can be more active in the bedroom. Good posture makes you look taller, more confident, more dominant, and other people respond to that. They treat you differently. You carry yourself differently. It becomes a positive cycle instead of a negative one. So, how do you fix your posture? Stretching. Strengthening your core. Being mindful throughout the day. Set reminders on your phone if you need to. Every hour, sit up or stand up straight for a minute. Over time, your body will start to default to this position naturally. It takes practice, but it is one of the highest return investments you can make in yourself. Number 4. And this one is going to surprise you. Are you still with me? Good, because this is the one that people either don't know about, are too embarrassed to try, or have tried without really understanding how it works. And when you understand the actual science behind it, it stops being embarrassing and starts being exciting. We're talking about the penis pump. I know what you're thinking. But stay with me for 60 seconds because this is genuinely backed by science and used by doctors around the world. Here's how it works. A penis pump creates a vacuum around the penis. That vacuum draws blood into the erectile tissue, specifically into structures called the corpus cavernosum, which are 2 cylinder-shaped chambers that run the length of the penis and fill with blood during an erection. As blood is drawn in through the vacuum, these chambers expand. They stretch. They are literally being worked out, the same way a muscle is worked out when you lift weights. And here's the key principle. When you stretch muscle tissue repeatedly and consistently, your body responds by repairing and reinforcing that tissue with new cells. That is how muscles grow. That is how bodybuilders get bigger. And that is exactly the same mechanism at work in the penis when you use a pump consistently. Over time, with regular use, ideally every other day, the chambers in the penis adapt to holding more blood. They expand to accommodate greater volume. And the result is a size increase that is real, measurable, and noticeable. Not just cosmetically, but functionally. Men who use penis pumps consistently also report dramatically improved erection quality, harder, fuller, more reliable. Because the increased blood flow and circulation is training your body to perform at a higher level. Now, I have to be fully transparent with you here, because I respect you too much to oversell anything. These results require consistency. This is not a one-time fix. If you use the pump regularly for a month and then stop completely, your body will gradually return to its original state. Just like if you go to the gym for a month, build some muscle, and then stop going. The muscle atrophies, the gains fade. The same principle applies here. But if you commit to making this part of your routine, every other day, consistently, like any other health habit, the benefits compound over time, and you maintain them. Think of it as taking your best friend to the gym. You wouldn't go to the gym once and expect to stay in shape for the rest of your life. You make it a habit, you make it a ritual, and the rewards are ongoing. The bigger picture. Your sexual health deserves your attention. Here's something I really want you to sit with for a moment. We live in a world where men are expected to just figure this stuff out on their own. Nobody teaches us how to take care of our sexual health. Nobody talks about it openly. And so millions of men suffer in silence, dealing with insecurity, dealing with erectile dysfunction, dealing with performance anxiety, and they never reach out for help because they're ashamed. And that shame is costing them their relationships, their confidence, their happiness, their quality of life. You brush your teeth every day. You shower every day. You take care of your body in dozens of ways without thinking twice about it. Your sexual health deserves the same level of care and attention. It is not a luxury. It is not something to be embarrassed about. It is part of being a healthy, whole, fully alive human being. So let today be the day you decide to stop suffering in silence. Start with these 4 things. Trim the hair, start moving and lose the fat, stand up straight, and consider adding the pump to your routine. These are not miracles. They are consistent, intentional habits. And habits, done consistently over time, change everything. Let's recap everything. Here's your action plan starting tonight. Tonight, trim your pubic hair. It takes 10 minutes and the difference is immediate. Starting tomorrow, go for a 30-minute walk. Every single day. That's your commitment to yourself. Right now, as you're reading or watching this, fix your posture. Sit up, stand tall, make it a habit. And when you're ready, add a quality penis pump to your routine every other day. Treat it like a workout. Be consistent. And watch what happens over the next 30 to 60 days. You do not have to accept feeling less than. You do not have to live with insecurity. You do not have to suffer with erectile dysfunction or performance anxiety. There are real, natural, effective solutions available to you right now. And the first step is simply deciding that you are worth taking care of. Because you are. So start today, not Monday. Not after the holidays. Not when things slow down. Today, your future self will thank you.